Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. So last time we got the Hedge Maze to silver and started working on the compass window, which is restored but not yet silvered. So all regions have an area of at least 6. This has, let's see, something has to take this cell. This one has to go down. If it went down further along, then nothing else could get to the corner cell, so this one has to take that one. And it has 1 up and 3 to the left, and that's all it has. This one has 1 down, 1 to the left, and 4 that are not. So this one has to take all of these, and then it can take 1 down anywhere, on either of these sides, and 1 to the right on either of those 2. This one has to take 3 that are neither down nor to the right. And this one has to take 2 that are not down or to the right, so it has to take 1 that is up. I mean, I don't see why. Oh, I do see why. I can't double count on these, so they do have to go like that. That's the only way that one can complete. And that's the only way that one can complete. Right. All regions have an area of at most 7. I think this could be harder. So the totals are mostly a lot higher. That one isn't. So it has 2 left and 4 to the right. And that accounts for all of the cells. So we can't go up and down and off because we'd have another cell counting in the middle row. Okay, this one has 3 to the right, but only 2 down. This one could, of course, here, this cell can go down or up. So it's only the rest of it that's locked in. Three to the left, 3 to the right, 2 above and 2 below. Only that gives me a problem with this. So this one has to get 4 below it. Right, so this now has 3 on one side, it's only got 2 on the other. This has to extend up, and that's a single square. 4 below. 4 to the right is just 1 more, and 2 above. 2 above, 4 to the right, 4 below. Okay. This one, can I take that cell? No, it can't. Need a second one above. He's going to have to do something like that. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Works like that. Another single cell. One to that side. Fits everything. 4 above, 2 below. And that. You can see this is going to get interesting on the harder ones. Talking of which, there's a 5 and a 6. And a 5, 5, a 4, and a 4. Start with a 4. Each region contains a single symbol. And compass. This has to get 4 below it. This one has to get 4 on this edge. Which could be something like that. Which would then let that fill in the corner. And that go up. That needs 4 below. But they could be anywhere pretty much. This needs 4 below, which looks like the corner is the obvious place to go. Okay, where we have a problem here is this one, which needs a 4th cell. You can get with that. This one now has to move up slightly, which means this one has to take another cell round there. That's fine on that. And that works for that. And this one can fill in there. This one can go up here. Not happy about that. Okay, what I should have done right at the start was to count how many extra cells there are beyond the basic 4s. We've got 100. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 24s. Okay, so there's plenty of spare cells. Really. That could do something like that. And it then breaks. This one has to come upwards. What I think I'm missing with this one is that this cell can be taken by any of the three surrounding cells. So I feel I've got to have missed something important. Well, I think I'll start again. Oh, no, there are no spare cells. I miscounted, didn't I? Because it's not 4 for each of these, it's 5. And there are 20 symbols, so that occupies all 100 spaces. Right, that makes things probably a bit easier, because now I know when I'm filling something in, every space has to count part of the 4s. So this, for example, has to go to here. It can't be joined on as part of that one. This is the only thing that can use any of these top cells, so that can be locked in. This has to be used by that, as does that. So that is forced. This has to come out, so this has to use those 4. There are now exactly 4 left for that one. That is going to have to come around there. This one has to get into this corner because nothing else can. And there. That one has to go up, so this has to come down. Yeah, so once I learned to count that these actually are 5 cell regions, then it becomes fairly straightforward. But it's only difficulty 4. Why do I fill 3 in above this? Can't do that, because then it gets blocked. Can't go further out than this. If it comes this way, then it's blocked off there. I'm kind of wondering if this one can come all the way around like that. Maybe it has to. This comes to there, is blocked. This cannot get through there. So either that side or that side is blocked on this. So this can only take one down directly. Could do that. Now if I do that, then this one can only get 2 to the right without breaking that. So I don't think this has to join onto that. But we can get more ups later on. This. If this doesn't join onto this one, then the only way it can get its 3 to the right is something like that. Can't go into this cell. I mean, this one can get its 3 to the right like that. Yeah, we need another 3 off to the left. And this one those two are happy with each other, I think. This cannot join to this one. Can't go down and right. Could go right there for one. Then it can't go up and right. These have to join on. It's the only way. Is this has to go all the way to the top. Oh, this can get its 3 that way. That becomes a domino. That becomes a domino. This one needs 3. Now, what's wrong with that? That's not a domino. That gives us the 3, but this one's now not right. And that breaks this. That definitely has to go up. It's the only way for that to get 3 apart. We need another one to the right, which we can get here. Except that this domino is now a problem. And that takes that one too many, so that stops there. Okay, I think I've satisfied all of those. You can put a domino in there. You can take that cell, I can extend this one another space. Oh, this is still a problem. This definitely needs another 2 to the right. Okay, put that one in as a domino. And see what I can do. Can I do anything to fix this one? I'll take that out and put another space across there. Right, that works for these two. That works for that domino. Oh! Don't really know how to approach this one systematically. Okay. Difficulty 5. All regions must have different shapes. I don't think any of these can join because they're going to break some constraint. It's 2 right, 2 below. So that's one possibility. That's another possibility. That one can do a straightforward cross, and it's the only one that's got enough space from the edges to do that. So I'm going to assume that there is one of those. These two are now the same shape. Two right, two above. Oh, that is okay. That's still not filled all of the spaces. So what is the other shape that fits? If we go two out, I get a tuning fork. That one's got a bit more space around it. So no, that's three down. So I can do a sort of a Y type shape if I had enough space. That one could extend out like that. I mean, now I can't finish this one off. Now, can I put the tuning fork in here? I think I can. And the only problem then is I have a lot of single and double shapes. I think those are the four different shapes that I have to fit in somehow. So this Y shape is a square. If we put a cross, we have a square. And we have a 2 by 2 and a 1 by 1. And then we're going to have a T-piece, an elbow, not a T-piece. This Leaves another 1 by 1. Well, that leaves another 1 by 1. Okay, let's think about this systematically. That cell cannot be part of any of these. Let's mark all these blue. So these are all up to 9. If I did something like that. That is also not part of any of the compass shapes. One of these at least has to extend. So there's a plus, there's a Y type shape, I'll call that other one a V shape. There's a bow tie, that's the V shape. And there's a Y. I think that pretty sure those are the only shapes I can make on these things, which was 4 different shapes. So that tells me this does have to be a plus. There is nothing else. There's nowhere else that plus will fit on one of these. That means that has to be the 1 by 1, so that has to come out. If that's the bow tie shape, and that could be the Y, this can't be the V coming down onto that. It was the Y, comes down there, goes across there, and up there. This can no longer form the V shape. So that can't be a V because that would force this corner to be a 1. This one can't be a V because it doesn't have anything positioned for it. This one can be a V that way. Or that way. And that forces this one to be a V as well now. But that can be the Y. And now, I think all the rest of the spaces are different. Ooh. Another 55. "61 cells. Count the cells in the regions that are further." Yeah. That's the only thing that can do. This one sort of different to be that. This one, that, that. Okay, this and this are fighting, but those two can work together. So this one's a problem. So this one has nowhere it can pick up one cell to the right, unless it does that. And these two are fighting. Okay, start again, and this time I'm going to start from the center, because those 4 ones are very constraining. This can extend quite a ways up. No, can't go to that. Let's join on there. That one can go around the corner. Get its one up. That. Okay, now I have a problem with this one. One below. No restriction to the left. Yes, that would have to go into that. But it can also join down to there. Now this needs one above it. That shape works. And this has got its one to the left from that. Ooh. Okay, that was tricky. Yay! We have the compass window at silver. And 5, 4, 5. There's a 6 somewhere around here, wasn't there? 6. Pick and a 7. I'm going to look at the 7. I may just give up on it. Okay, solitude, single symbol, and compass. And it's 13 by 13. So the question is, what fills in these two cells? Red in the corner. And I think the answer is it's going to have to be one of these symbols. So none of the ones with numbers can actually reach that far. So there has to be a path that leads into that corner from somewhere. This is another region that's going to be tricky to fill, and actually you can join to that at once. Okay, now it's starting to get a little bit interesting trying to fill in these gaps. Maybe I've got a cell here that isn't reachable. This cannot go to the right, so it has to go left. But it could do that to fill that cell in. This one needs two below it. I've only done one so far. So let's just do that. This 4 can fill that gap in. This orange area is looking for a home. Could actually just join on there. Okay, this is going to be a problem. Oh, let's take that 2 out and fill another orange area up there. No, it needed 2 below it. That's 2 above. No, that needs 2 below. That needs 2 above. This needs 2 below. It's going to have to go around because there's no way to get the rest of these satisfied. Since this one cannot go to the edge. And that needs the 2 above. Yeah, that need to fill in the gaps. That wanted two above. This could come out that way instead, which lets this one take the one below. No, it's taking that one below. Well, I think it needed another one. But anyway, that's now got two below it. This wants two to the right. Okay, 5 up. Okay, so that has to extend through and come out. And this one can go around here to get its one above. Except that breaks this bit. That's annoying. That fills in most of the gaps using that one. And it solves my problem with this one getting two below. This needs 5 above. This is going to be difficult. And 4 to the right doesn't allow us to get any more above going to the right. Okay, 5 above, 4 to the right. Breaks because of this one. Take that out. That now works. Lets that one work. That works. That doesn't work. Okay, this one's difficult, however I look at it. There's two below, and we can't come through there. Okay, I can take those out. And you take another one off there. You just take all of those off. Right, that now lets me do the two below. Except it doesn't because of that one. So we don't actually need any of this now. This one's a problem. Let's start this again. So this has to take one blow. It could be any of these three, but what it does is it forms a wall that stops something like this coming around. Putting in the actual walls really isn't a lot of help, but oops. Okay, let's see. One down. It's going to have to do something like that. Two to the right and two down. You can get one down from there. But we have to go round to there. And that one is basically forced to do that. Three down is something like that. Four up. Something like that. Is three below and three above. That's 2 above. That's 1 to the left. Nothing else can fill that. Okay, 5 above is now virtually impossible. Because we can only go 4 to the right. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 total above that we could take. Right, now we've got 5 above that we can take. But this has to take 2 to the right. So that's the 4 to the right that we needed. And this one's broken. Because if you only go 1 to the right, it has to take one of these 2. So if that took that, and the 5 went on and took that one, now we can't take a second one lower here. So we have to. This one can only take one of those 2. So it has to take that. This one can only take 1 to the right and 1 above, so it has to be that. No, it doesn't have to be that. The song is correct, I think. The 2, 2 has to take 2 below, and it can only get at most 1 from there. It has to come around to here. So we might as well take both of them and do that. Which means the 5 is completely broken. So can this one continue? No, it can't continue because it's run out of space. Okay, I am going to leave this difficulty 7 puzzle for now. I need to attack it with a fresh mind, and I've had long enough. So I'll see you again next time. Thank you very much for watching.